What's going on, everybody? We're back. So in the last video, I know I said I'd be back in a week, but it's been 3. I had to go out of town, kids' birthdays, life happens. Don't get mad at me, it's fine. So in the last video, you guys saw that we got the engine and trans and everything into the race car, and that's about where we left off. I was waiting on parts, they finally showed up. So in today's video, we're going to get to that, but first, I have to show all you guys, we got a new car. So it's a 1984 Porsche 944. It's an early car, automatic. It's a beautiful car, actually, but we'll get to that a little bit later in the video. I'm going to actually pull it out and show you guys so on and so forth. So yeah, that's going to be another project for later. This one actually runs, unlike the other 5 at my house. But we're not going to talk about that. But first, we're going to get the shop cleaned out, get the cars out, so I can actually get some work done in here and get this video put out. So we got that car out. It's crazy what happens whenever you pull a car out of here. You get a whole lot more room to work. It's shocking. I'm a hoarder, don't judge me. But we're just gonna jump right in. So we're gonna get the timing belts on. I gotta get the air box and everything on. Yeah, we'll just start putting it together and see how far we can get today. We got the timing belts on. I had to pull this cam gear bolt and stuff off of another motor I had over there because apparently I lost this section, but we put that on. We got the cam gear bolt torqued and all that stuff. And then we got the new timing belts on. We got timing belt and a balance shaft belt. A lot of racers actually delete the balance shaft, but I mean, I don't really feel the need to do it. It's not going to go fast enough and it's not going to have enough horsepower to even make a difference. So the more balanced this engine is, the better, honestly. So we went through, we got everything all torqued, ready to go. So next, we're going to put all the covers and stuff on. And then, yeah, we'll kind of go from there. So a little bit of YouTube magic. All right. So now we got the timing cover, the harmonic balancer, and all that stuff on. Goes on pretty quick. You guys probably don't need to see how that process is. It took me just a couple minutes. So what we're going to do is now we're going to move on. We got to get the AC delete bracket and all that stuff on. It's the alternator relocation bracket, essentially. And all that consists of is just this bracket from Lindsay Racing. It's just this bracket here. It's a really nice billet aluminum piece. It comes with all the screws and stuff. And what that does is that it eliminates the factory AC bracket, which you can see here on another engine. The alternator normally goes here and the AC compressor goes down here. So all that bracket does is just bolts on in this section here and moves your alternator down here, because obviously we're not running AC in this car, so why have another dead thing that the belt's driving? Because we're not running power steering, we're not running AC, we're not running really anything. The only thing we're going to have on the serpentine system is the alternator. So yeah, we're going to get that bracket put on and then see where we can get after that. So we got the alternator relocation bracket put in. We got the new belt on, the tension rod and all that stuff on. This is actually a belt from Napa. I think it's a 90 no, sorry, I think it's a 25-inch belt that you can use for Lindsay Racing. I'll have to find a part number. I'll put it down in the description whenever I do find it. And if you see here, I did not put a bolt in right here because for some reason those threads are messed up, so I got to get a thread chaser, and I'll get one of those from work whenever I get there. I just don't have them here with me now, but that can wait. It's no big deal. It's on, it's tight, and we actually went ahead and I swapped these vacuum lines around. I had this little T in here backwards, so the brake booster line didn't actually fit up like it was supposed to. But moving on, next what we're going to be doing, we're going to be getting the fuel rail put together. I have a late fuel rail here that's going to be able to work with the fuel lines that I have, because this car already has some nice AN lines here that come up and just go right in. I'm going to have to make a line from that one there, but that's no big deal. AN lines are easy to fix. But real quick, these injectors that I got, these are actually rebuilt from a gentleman that actually came to buy some parts from me, and he really enjoyed what we were doing here, and he really liked the race car, and he actually decided he was going to sponsor me in this and actually send me a nice set of rebuilt injectors. And these are all flow matched within 1% of each other. They're honestly better than stock. And honestly, if you want a set of injectors, go look at this gentleman here. This is how you spell his name. Look him up on Facebook and just send him a message, and he'll take good care of you. But yeah, so we're gonna get started. We're gonna get the fuel rail put together and then get that put onto the car. All right, so first step, what we're gonna do, you just take your injectors and you just go, we know it's gonna sit in there like so. The cam tower sits here and it sits there, so you wanna make sure your plugs are facing out. So what we're gonna do, we're just gonna we're gonna shove them down in there. Make sure we don't really wanna, make sure we don't pitch an O-ring, so just kind of roll them in. And then you take this little clip here, and it clips into the side of the injector here. Hold on. And then now she's in, she's secured, and she's ready to go. And then now all you gotta do is plug it in, and yeah. So I'm not gonna make you guys watch me do all 4 of them. So we're gonna jump over in a time lapse. I'm gonna do these last 3, and then we're gonna get her put on and go from there. So we got them on. The injectors are all in, good to go. And I actually took a little bit of baby shampoo here and just put them on these little O-rings here and the O-rings up here, just so they slide in a little bit better. It's not gonna hurt anything. You know, you don't take a lot, just put a little bit on your finger and just kind of rub it around. But yeah, so next step, what we're gonna do, we're gonna take and put these on, and yeah, we'll go from there. So I'm gonna set you guys up here and we'll get these stuck in here. All right, so we're ready to put everything in. All you're gonna do is you take your injectors, all these little orange caps, you're gonna line them up in the holes right here on the intake. You just wanna push down until you feel them all kind of pop in. You don't wanna push too hard, because these injectors, they're not the strongest things in the world. But yeah, you just take it there, and now your injectors are in. And now we gotta go grab the bolts and tighten everything up. So I'm gonna grab those, and yeah, we'll get everything plugged in, hooked up, and I'll show you guys the finished product. So they're in, they're ready to rock and roll. They're all bolted down. It's got 4 bolts. It's got one here, one there, and one there. But the injectors are all in their holes and everything. They're all plugged in. They're all clipped in. I got this fuel line on. I have to make a fuel line to go from here to here, because this car originally had a 3-liter in it, so fuel lines are just a little bit different. But all I need to do is just get a -6 fitting just to go to a line here, and then it'll go and hose clamp on, because all this is just a return line. It's not a pressure line. The pressure line is this one, which is our steel braided one. But yeah, other than that, fuel rail's done. And that right there actually completes our fuel system, because it's already got a fuel tank and a fuel pump and the fuel lines and everything. So now that we got injectors, now this car should have fuel. So yeah, I just got to make the return line. And next on the list, need to go ahead and put the airbox in and all that stuff. But I actually can't put the airbox in. I got to wait on getting the thread chaser for that. And I need to get a rotor button and a couple other like little things so I can kind of finish buttoning up the front of the motor. But for the most part, the engine's mostly together. I need to put the radiator in and get the coolant hoses. There's still a long list of stuff, but hey, every little part is one step closer to getting this thing on the track. So yeah, I need to put the airbox in. I need to go through. I need to get a distributor rotor, put the distributor cap, and be able to run the plug wires and stuff. But I need to get a distributor rotor, and I need to fix that bolt that I showed you guys earlier for the alternator relocation bracket. So I don't want to put everything together and have to come right back and do it. So what we're going to do, I'm probably going to wrap this video up here. And in the next one, we're probably going to finish the motor up completely, get the airbox in, get the distributor rotor on, get an oil filter, get the radiator put in, get the coolant hoses and everything all plumbed, and hopefully get this thing closer and closer to starting. And then after that, it's going to be wiring it, which is going to be the nightmare in itself. So yeah, stay tuned, and we'll see you guys next week. Almost forgot. I was in the middle of cleaning up and was about to pull this car and said, oh wait, I got to show you guys the new car. So this is our new 1983 Porsche 944. It's just an NA car, but overall, I mean, it is an absolutely gorgeous car. So you do a walk around here and you look inside. Beautiful interior. It's got a dash cover. It's got a good dash cover, so the dash isn't cracked like most of these 84s. There is one downfall though. It is an automatic, but my original plan, I was going to manual swap it, but I think this car is just so clean. It's just, I really don't want to get into it and mess up some stuff. One severe problem it does have, it has a awful transmission leak. So I do have to pull the transmission out, but still, I still just really don't want to manual swap it because I'll have to get inside the interior and change the pedal box and change the torque tube and change a whole bunch of other stuff. And it's just, I think it's not worth it. I think this car is just too clean to actually really mess up. You know, I have all the receipts for it. It's just a absolutely gorgeous car. Here's under the hood. I mean, the car is just absolutely immaculate. So yeah, this will be a project for later on to come. And yeah, I think once the race car's done, and we might tear into it and put this car in the put a transmission in this car and just get it out and take it to car shows, and it can just be a nice car we put around town to go get parts in, or you know, just take to car shows, or something we can take to the track along with the race car just to drive around in style, you know. So yeah, I think we're just gonna leave it as it is. But yeah, it's a beautiful car, and hope you guys like it.